Today's practice is called Have Your Own Back, Got Your Back, all about the back flow. We're going to strengthen with some repetitions and some yoga postures, the back body, the posterior chain. So your hamstrings, your glutes, upper back muscles, we'll have some fun with today with a strap. So you're gonna need a strap, belt, or towel, and a block or a book or something that you can create an uneven surface for one-arm push-ups. We're gonna start standing today. Let's start standing. Take your hands to your hips and shift the weight into your left leg and lift your right foot, and let's warm up the foundation for a lot of the day, circling your ankle around about 5-6 times each direction. If you want the arms to relax by the sides, you can do that as well. And then switching sides, circle, 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 wake up the feet. Make sure the rotation's coming from the ankle. Good. And then slowly placing the feet below the hips, about hip width apart, about inner hip width apart. And let's just take a moment to check on in. One hand to your heart, one to your belly. Checking in with where you're at, feeling the ground beneath you, feeling the ground rising up and meeting you where you are. Today's practice is a practice of having your own back, but also feeling a sense of support. My friends and family, community also having your back. This is the practice of embodied intention today, of having your own back and feeling a sense of support from the outside, whether it be those around you, from the ground beneath you, and also from within, your internal support system. 3-dimensional breath, 3 full, not forceful breaths, up and down and all around. So we are bringing awareness to the breath in a lengthwise manner and widthwise and circumference-wise. And slowly open your eyes, release your arms to the sides, placing your feet on the ground wider than your hips. And begin to swing side to side as a gesture of ridding ourselves of rigidity. And you can begin to let the opposite heel in the direction in which you're swinging lift up. We're bringing a sense of curiosity and playfulness. And that's one way to invite in a sense of curiosity and playfulness, or rather ridding yourself of rigidity. Another 3, 2, flap the arms, and 1. Bring it to center, bring your hands to your hips and some hip circles around. 4 times each direction. So warming up some of our joints to help inform our bigger movements, inform and support. Let's bring it to center, release the arms to the side, sweep your arms up, inhale, let the palms touch, and you can even clap at the top, right elbow underneath into eagle arms, and right back up to the top, left elbow underneath. Just prepping the upper body and the shoulders, getting the heart rate up a little bit here. 4 more, so 2 times each side, waking up the hands, upper body. And let's bring it to center, right elbow underneath. Let's stay here. Elbows down and up 3 times. Keep a softness in the back of the knees. You might feel yourself sinking more firmly into the earth. Good. And then lift the elbows up. And you're going to make a circle around all the way down to the ground, hinging at the hips, coming back on up. And 3 times the other direction. You're going to let your head go at the bottom of the circle. And we'll meet at the top, and now move in any way that feels good. So you might not be hinging at the hips. You might direct it a little bit more to the upper back. Exploring the places and spaces that need a little extra love and attention. And slowly releasing, sweep the arms up, clap at the top if you like, left elbow underneath, up and down 3 times, elbows towards the belly, elbows lift up 3 times. And then we'll do that circle around. Keep softness in the back of the knees, 3 circles as fast or slow as you like. And around. Letting go at the bottom. Still maintaining foundation of your feet, pressing into the ground, freestyle. Move in anywhere that feels good. Linger. Whatever needs more breath. Marinate anywhere that feels good throughout practice today. And then bring it to center, release the arms. Let's keep them up top. Interlace the fingers, release the index fingers and thumbs. Bring your feet hip-width distance apart. Squeeze your arms towards straight. And tahina jar. Scooping out the last of the tahina from the. Let's do 5 times each direction and switch it around. Scraping out the last tahina or peanut butter when I was teaching in Colorado before I moved to Israel. Said peanut butter. Bring it back to center and release your arms. Do a little shake, a little shake. You can shake your belly, maybe your lips, your face, and we settle center. Top of the mat. Feet hip width distance apart. Feet hip width distance apart. And feel again the surface of the ground rising up. The surface, whatever surface is beneath you, rising up. And then you press your feet, 4 corners of your feet down into the ground, and then root down, rise up into an extended mountain pose. And as you exhale, hands to the heart, hinge at your hips, soften through the knees, and fold forward. You can do a little rocking here, like shaking. Take opposite hand, opposite elbow. Noticing if this letting go feels good, feels familiar to you. Where in your life can you use a little bit more letting go? Then release your hands to the ground, halfway lift, long spine. I'm going to suggest sliding the hands higher up in your shins so you can wake up more of the muscles of your back body, which is our focus today. Slightly tucking the chin in towards the chest. So back with skull nice and long, and then exhale, forward fold. Root down, rise up, press down to the heels. Use your glutes. The bottom fibers of your glutes to lift you on up. And exhale, arms to the side, hands to your heart. We'll do 2 more like that, flowing with the breath. Root down, rise up, inhale. Exhale and fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Root down, rise up, extended, and exhale, arms to the side, hands to your heart. One more time, root down, rise up. Fold on the exhale. Halfway lift, and forward fold. Root down, rise up, extended, and exhale, hands to your heart. We'll flow down, root down, rise up, inhale, exhale, and fold. Halfway. Hands on the ground, step back into plank pose. High push-up position, pausing here. Notice how hard your upper body is working, and then ask your core and your lower body to work just as much for 3, 2, and 1. Lower all the way down, forehead to the ground, tops of the feet. Make sure the knees are pointing straight down. Press the tops of the feet down and energize your legs. Press the pubic bone down and belly and ribs soften away from the ground. Bring your shoulder blades onto your back. And now lengthen away from the mat. Lengthen. So you're going to hover. Face hovers. Lift your hands to hover. Press all 10 toes down. So waking up the back body. Bring your shoulder blades, bottom tips of your shoulder blades to the back of the heart. And breathe here. So you're going to hover here. Make sure your head isn't collapsing down, but keep the chin slightly tucked. It's like you're lifting the roof of the mouth towards the sky. Lengthening away from the ground for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You got your own back. 3, 2, 1. Slowly lift yourself up onto your knees, hands and knees. A little bit of wrist prep before we get more into the flow. Take your hands for a walk. Walk the fingertips to the side until possibly they turn towards your knees and inward. Just pausing for a moment. And an internal rotation. And bring it to center. Now standing up on your knees, make a light fist, like Karate Kid. We're going to turn our knuckles face down as you lift up and down. Do that 3 more times. Wrist prep. Good, and bring it to center. Elbows are still bent, side to side. So as the knuckles reach outward, the inner wrist moves inward. Good, and then circle around, however way you feel good. But when you do these circles, keep the palm facing down, palm side facing down. 3 times each direction. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. We'll set up for downward facing dog, placing the wrist slightly in front of your shoulders. Curl your toes under, bring the hips back, and then lift the hips up towards the sky. Lift your pelvic floor to the sky, pedaling it out. Move in any way that feels more like you. Be mindful you're pressing through your inner hands between your thumb and your first finger. Okay, then lift your heels, bend your knees, and step your right foot forward. Grab onto your strap or belt on the way up. Spin the back foot flat. We'll come into Warrior 2. I'm going to change direction so you can see me. Warrior 2. Bending that front knee towards a square, towards. Hold on to your strap. You may have to adjust a little bit wider or a lot wider than your shoulders. Shoulder flossing in Warrior 2. Meet yourself where you are. Pull the strap taut. Make sure both sides of the wrist are nice and long. Lift up. Squeeze your arms towards straight and then lower the strap back behind you. If you have to make funny faces or do funny things to get the strap behind you, I suggest hands wider. And we'll do that 9 more times. As fast or slow as you like. Keep pressing down through the right heel. This is 8. Back of the skull long. 7. Squeeze arms straight. 6. Belly and ribs in. 5. You got this. And 4. Reach to the knuckles. 3. Movement comes from the bottom tips of the shoulder blades. 2. And 1. Slowly release. Straighten out the front leg. Strap to the side. Heels in, toes out. Reach your arms up. Inhale. And as you exhale, interlace the hands behind your head. We're going to do some circles here. Remind yourself to use your glutes to lift up. Bend the right knee, circle down towards the right foot, then to center, bend the left knee as you lengthen the right leg, and then press your head like we did in that cobra. Keep the back of the skull nice and long into your hands as you press the left heel down to come back on up. And do that 2 more times to the right. And then we'll do 3 more times to the left. Maintaining a sense of connection, feeling the support beneath your feet. Supported from the inside out. And pressing through your heels to help lift back on up. Arms to the sides. Bring your toes in, heels out. Open up through the chest. Exhale, hinging at the hips. And fold forward. Make sure you're not dumping into the hips or the back of the knees. So shift the weight a little bit more forward. Keep the back of the knees soft. And pull up from your inner knees to your inner groins. Press down from your outer hips to your outer feet. Shoulders away from the ears. Unload your spine for 3, 2, and 1. Come into a halfway lift. Walking your hands to the front of the mat, the original front of the mat, and step it back into plank pose, high push-up position. Inhale, and as you exhale, lowering all the way down. Tops of the feet, point the knees straight down. Pubic bone presses down as you energize the legs. Belly and ribs soften away. Lift your armpits, bring your shoulder blades onto your back, and lengthen away from the ground here. Pull the shoulder blades towards the back of the heart. Breathe. Back of the skull nice and long. Hovering here for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower down. Curl the toes under. With or without knees, press yourself back on up. And then downward facing dog. Let's do the other side. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Stepping your left foot forward, spin the back foot flat. Grab onto your strap on the way up. Back leg very clear and strong. Holding on to your strap. And again, we'll do that 10 times. Pull the strap taut, squeeze the arms straight. 10 times forward and back. Got about another 8 here. Back of the skull long, belly and ribs in. Another 5. We got 4. 3. You got this. Press through the left heel. 2. And 1. Slowly releasing, straighten out the front leg. Strap to the side. Feet are parallel and slightly more narrow than you usually do. Add a little twist. Bend your right knee. Place your left hand on top of your right foot. Left fingertips face to the right. Right arm up to the sky. Left shoulder over left wrist. Press the outer edge of your left foot and then spin your heart. Spin your ribs to the ceiling for 3, 2, and 1. Standing tall, arms to the side. Switching sides. Bend the left knee. Left hand or the right hand on top of left foot. Right fingertips face to the left. Look and make sure your right shoulder is over your right wrist. Left arm up to the sky. Press to the outer edge of your right foot and spin your ribs to the ceiling. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Standing tall, arms out to the sides. Feet can widen if you need. Interlace the hands behind your back. Bend your elbows and keep the heels of the hands pressing in towards each other. So you're gonna press your thumbs into your sacrum. Lift your armpits up, roll like lower collarbone to upper collarbone. And energetically pull your hands apart. Make sure the chin doesn't collapse. You're gonna take the base of your neck in, but the sides of the throat back, and then pull your hands energetically apart. Lift your thumbs a little bit, if you can, away from your back body. And then begin to squeeze your arms towards straight-ish as you hinge at your hips and fold. So you're still waking up the muscles of the upper back for 3. Legs are strong. 2, 1. Slowly release your hand. Come into a halfway lift. Walk your hands to the front of the mat and step it back into downward facing dog. Plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, lowering all the way down. Hover here, away from the mat. Lengthen. Shoulder blades down the back. For 5, we're going to add on a little bit. 3, 2, 1. Place the hands down. Keep the back body activated. And then cobra pose. Energetically press the hands down. Drag back Take the base of the neck in, okay, and the sides of the throat back. Breathing here. As little or as much as you like for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Press yourself up and downward facing dog. Pedal it out. Nice work. Reconnect to your breath. Lift your heels, bend your knees, walk your feet forward. Come into a halfway lift. Exhale and forward fold. Root down, rise up, extended, and exhale, arms to your side, hands to your heart. Okay, feet as wide as the mat now. So place the feet as wide as the mat. We'll do a wider squat. Knife edge of your hands below your frontal hip points, your hip pockets. Karate chop to help hinge at your hips. So the knees for this variation are going to be behind the toes. Okay, and now reach your bum back even more. Come up to about a 45-degree angle. You're going to take cactus arms. So you're going to pull down and imagine you have you're holding onto an imaginary towel around your neck. So reach back with your hips more. And as you inhale, lower your torso parallel to the ground. As you exhale, press the heels, lift up a little bit. We'll do 8 more of those. Make sure those knees aren't dancing. Weight is back in the heels. 8. Breathing. 7. Press the heels, but don't lose the connection of your inner feet. Belly and ribs in. If you're feeling lower back discomfort, make sure the ribs are softening downward towards your pelvis. Or puff up the back of your ribs a little bit more. Let's do 2 more. I'm feeling glutes a little bit on fire. Right, you're lifting up you're pressing down through the heels. And belly and ribs in, and make your way all the way to standing. Nice, shake it out if you need. Let's meet top of the mat, feet hip width. Root down, rise up, inhale, and exhale. Fold. Halfway lift. Step it back into down dog. Plank pose. Lowering all the way down. Hover for 3, 2, 1. Cobra, hands down, base of the neck in, sides of throat back, and then downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up. Now turn left side of your pelvis to the right. Left side of your pelvis to the right to help open up the hips. Now bend the right knee and right heel in towards your bottom. Tailbone more to the front plane of the body for 3, 2, 1. Lift your left heel, bend your left knee on your exhale. Step your right foot forward. Crescent lunge, lifting up. Right hand grabs onto left forearm. Left heel hugs to the right. Right hip hugs to the left. Long through the spine. Lean over with your upper body to the right. So left heel in, right heel, left hip. Right hip to the left. For 3, nice little side stretch. 2, 1, come back on up. And release your hands downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Turn the right side of your pelvis to the left. Bend your left knee, left heel towards the left side of your seat. Drop your tailbone to the front plane of the body and breathe for 3, 2, 1. Lift right heel, bend right knee. And your exhale, left foot steps forward. Crescent lunge. Left hand holds on to right forearm. Right heel hugs to the left. Left hip hugs to the right. Lengthen through the spine and lean to the left. And most importantly, breathe. Make a little smile for 3, 2, 1. Come back on up. Hands to the ground. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Lift your heels. Bend your knees. Right foot. Step forward. Crescent. Here we go again. But this time, we'll add a cape. Like cactus arms again. Light fist pull down. Imagine you're putting on a cape. So drop the chin in, look inward, and puff the ribs back. So you're puffing up the back body Then lean forward, 45-degree angle, make your way into warrior three variation, but keep that cape. You got your cape, you got your own back. Keep that cape on, sweep the arms back. Stay here or reach your arms forward, but you still got that cape. Right, breathing into the back body for 3, 2, 1. Bend the right knee or reach back to the landing. Lift the arms up and exhale. Hands to the ground, step it back. Downward facing dog. Lift your heels, bend your knees. Step your left foot forward. Crescent lunge coming on up. Light fist, pull down into cactus arms. Put on your cape, breathe into your back body, look inward. 45-degree angle, shift the weight into your left leg. Keep that cape on. Sweep the arms back. Breathe. Right, left hip crease reaching back for 3. You got your own back. 2, 1. Stay here or sweep your arms forward for 3, 2, and 1. Bend the left knee, reach back for the landing. And hands down, step back, down dog. We'll do the same thing, but adding on another layer of awareness. Lift your heels, bend your knees, right foot steps forward. Crescent lunge, light fist, pull down, cactus arms, put on your cape, 45-degree angle. Now activate the bottom fibers of your left glute as you lift up. So cape on, glute activated. Sweep the arms back, keep the awareness of the back body. Stay here or sweep your arms forward for 3, 2, 1. Bending the right knee, reach back for the landing. And hands down, downward facing dog. Other side, left leg, lift the heels, bend the knees, left foot forward. Crescent. Like fist, pull down, put on your cape. Lean forward, activate the right glute as you shift the weight forward. Activate the right glute. Puffy, back body, cape, sweep the arms back, breathe. Stay here, sweep your arms forward. Woo, or dance. For 3, 2, and 1. Reach back for the landing. Crescent, hands down, downward facing dog. Way to play. Lift your heels, bend your knees. And on your exhale, step, hop, or float to the top. Halfway lift and forward fold. Root down, rise up, extended, and exhale. Arms to your side, bring your hands to your heart. Pause, notice. You don't have to power through all the poses. We can take power in the pause, noticing the effects of our efforts. All right, some more glutes on fire, back body fun. Release your arms, shake them out if you want. Bend your knees, and you shift the weight into your right leg, keep both knees bent, and reach left fingertips to the ground, and then come back on up. Now you can do a toe tap in between or keep that left foot hovering. We'll do 9 more. Om breath. 8, pressing through the right heel, activating the bottom fibers of the right glutes. About 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, press to the right heel, and 1. Come on up, shake it out if you need. Switching sides, keeping the knees bent. Shift the weight into the left foot, so awareness of left heel and left sitting bone. Reaching down with the right hand to come back on up, press to the left heel. We got about another 8 more. Keep that awareness of the cape and the back body. As you activate the core, make sure or activate your glutes as you press to the left heel. Your breath is supporting you from the inside out. About 2 to 3 more. Right down. And make your way back on up. Nice, shake it out. Eagle pose, little eagle. Let's take flight. Bring your feet together. Bend your knees, sit the weight back into your heels, reach the arms out wide. Let's start off crossing left knee over right knee. You don't have to hook the left foot, but if it's fair and friendly for you, go for it. And then left elbow underneath. Reach, like we did in that wide-legged squat, your hips back. So like you're about to sit in a chair, and then elbows touch your knees. And then lift, keep that, lift your elbows away from your knees. And breathe here. Breathe in here for 3, 2. Next will be half moon. And 1. Uncross the left leg, open up. Make sure your right toes are facing forward, not inward, maybe even a little bit out. Now, shift the weight a little bit more forward. You have an option to place your right hand, instead of more to the right, directly in front of your right foot. That might turn on your standing leg a little bit more. And it's okay if you're not looking up to the sky. For another 3. Turning the right side of your pelvis to the left. 2, 1. Bend the right knee into eagle again, all the way on up to standing. Left elbow underneath. Elbows and knees touch, then lift the elbows away. For 3, 2, 1. Open all the way on up. Spread your wings, lift the left knee, and place the left foot down. Woo! Shake it out if you need. Let's explore that on the other side. Okay. Feet together. Bend your knees, sit back into your heels, arms wide. Left leg will be the standing leg, so cross right knee over. Double wrap if you like. Right elbow underneath. Hinging at the hip creases. Bum back. Elbows touch the knees. Keep that. Lift the elbows. And breathe. Another 3, 2, and 1. Unravel and expand into half moon. Left hand down on a block or the ground. You have an option here to place the left hand in front of your left foot, shift the weight slightly forward. That might turn on the standing leg a little bit more. Activate your right foot, breathe. For 3, turn the ribs. 2, 1, bend the left knee, press with the left heel, activate the left glute. Returning to eagle. Elbows and knees touch. Keep the booty back, lift the elbows and hover and breathe. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Spread your wings. Lift your right knee like Karate Kid and release the foot down. Shake it out. Awesome job. Let's flow down to the ground, feet hip width. Root down, rise up. Exhale and fold for a breath or 2 because it feels so good. After all that glute work, halfway lift, hands in the ground. Step back into downward facing dog. And lower down to your knees. Cross at your ankles. Make your way onto your back. A little eagle core work. Nice to re-acknowledge the core to help inform our bigger movements. So you're gonna cross right knee over the left knee, but interlace your hands behind your head. Inhale, and as you exhale, lift your knees over your hips. Inhale, bring the elbows closer in towards each other and reaching left elbow towards right knee. You're even reaching the left bottom rib towards the right hip. And then lower down, keep the same side. We'll do about 10. Keep your head heavy in to the basket of your hands. About 5 more. 5. Soft face. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing, switching sides, left knee over, knees come into hover. Inhale, exhale, twist to the left. That's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, you got this, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing, uncross, hug the knees into your chest, little rock side to side. Let's bring it to center, rock it forward and back. 3 times, or you can roll to one side, and we'll make our way. Hands and knees, downward facing dog will meet. You can always take a float in between. Lift your heels, bend your knees, step your right foot halfway forward. Right foot halfway forward. Right hand to right hip. Make sure left wrist is at least slightly in front of left shoulder. Spin all your toes to the right into a side plank variation. Now, let the left armpit lift up slightly and let the left shoulder blade kind of like sink to the back of the heart. But press down through the outer edge of the left foot, lift your hips up higher, press the right foot, right arm up to the sky. And you're gonna stay here, or make sure that left upper arm bone is plugged into the shoulder socket. Right leg can stack over the left. Squeeze inner thighs together. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Downward facing dog, we will meet. Switching sides. So you're gonna take left foot halfway forward, left hand to left hip. Turn all your toes to the left and allow the left shoulder blade to come to the back of the heart here. So you're nice and plugged in. Tiger, tiger's pause. So you're gripping the mat slightly with the finger pads. Press down, lift up. Left arm up to the sky. Stay here, left leg on top of right. Squeeze your inner thighs together. Sides of the waist back. Breathe for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing, hands down. Downward facing dog. Lift out. And then lower down. Onto your knees. Grab onto a block or a book or a stack of books or anything that is block-like. Place it to the center of the mat. We'll do a variation of push-ups here towards almost like one-handed push-ups. Bring the knees together. You can cross at the ankles. We'll start with the left hand on the block, center of the mat, right hand wide. The elbows are going to come wide for this. Belly and ribs in. Imagine you still have your cape on. And you're gonna lower down, elbows wide, press up. Lower. Do about 5 to 8 more of those. 8, 7. Engage the glutes a little bit. Good. For another 4. 3. Back of the skull in line with your sacrum. 2. And 1. Slowly release. You can stand on your knees, shake it out a little bit, and we'll switch sides. So let's switch sides. Right hand on the block and left hand wide. You cross the other ankle on top if you remember which one. And about 8 to 10, or let's say 6 to 10, whatever you like. 2, whatever helps you meet yourself where you are, as chill or challenging as you like. About 4 more for me. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly release. You can stand up on your knees, either shake it out or arms side to side. Okay, block out to the side. Downward facing dog. Half pigeon, right knee forward, outside of your right wrist. Make sure your left leg is straight out from your left hip. Left hand stays down. Look over your right shoulder. Bend your left knee with the strap if you need. Grab onto the outside edge of your right foot. Twist here for 3, 2, 1. We're going to slowly release. Try not to slingshot. And now, same hand, same side. So left hand to left foot. Hug your heel in. If you can hug it in close to the knee, go for it. But hug your knees in towards each other. You even spin your fingertips same direction as your toes. Turn your inner body to the front for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing as many sets as you need. Downward facing dog. You might feel a little stuck Doesn't have to be graceful, doesn't have to be pretty, just needs to be mindful. Left knee forward. Make sure right leg straight out from the hip. Look over your left shoulder, bend. Right knee grab on. Hug the legs in towards each other and breathe. For 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. And then right hand to the foot. This time might be really different. It is for me. Hug it in as close as mindfully as you can to your right glute. This is as far as I am today. Turn your inner body towards the front. Another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Downward facing dog. Hands and knees. Lift the armpits, plug into your shoulder socket, belly and ribs in. Stay on the tops of the feet, or you could curl the toes under. Extend your left leg back, right arm forward. Put on your cape and bend the left knee and reach back. Very similar how we just did in the pigeon prep. Make sure you're not dumping into your lower back. Belly and ribs soften in. For 3, press the top of the right foot down. 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. And we'll switch sides. So this time, plug in, belly and ribs in. Chin slightly tucked, right leg back. Left arm forward. Bend the knee. Reaching back. Press up and back. Belly and ribs in for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Wag the tail. Now we're going to do the same hand, same side. So this time, shift the weight into the left knee, top of the left foot, right leg back, and reaching the right arm towards the foot. Belly and ribs in. All good to dance for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Woo. Mindfully as you can. Let's do the other side. Left leg. Bend the left knee. Left hand. This sense of humor really important. Press the ground away. Woo. Another 3, 2. Oh, I'm dancing. And 1. Slowly and mindfully as you can. Release. You can stand on your knees. Swing the arms to the side. That was fun. Try to bring it, or now it's time to bring it onto your back for some bridges. A little bit more awakening of the back body, especially your glutes. Let's start off with the feet about hip width apart. It's like a low V with your arms. So squeeze the arms straight. Press, bring the shoulder blades to the ground. Belly and ribs down. Back of the skull nice and long. Lift your hips on up. Bring your left knee in towards your chest. Keep that left knee into the chest and lower the hips down. Press to the right heel. Lift from the bottom fibers of your right glute. Up and down 8 times. Another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower both feet down. Lower both hips down. Lift both hips up, right knee in. Lower and lift about 8 times. Now make sure you're not lifting from the ribs. Ribs stay soft, down towards the ground, which means they won't appear like you're lifting up this high, but you're getting more of the area of the glutes. 2 more. And 1 more. Slowly release. Hips all the way down. Bring your feet as wide as the mat. And windshield wiper your knees. Side to side. One more time, each direction. We'll do a couple sets. Let's bring it back to center. Again, you can have the low V with the arms or do robot arms, more like robot arms. Press down. This time, and you may need to adjust where your heels are in relation to the distance of your pelvis. Lift your toes, keep the heels down, lift the hips. Now, hug your right knee in, same thing. Lower and lift. About 8 times. Good. Another 4, 3, belly ribs down 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. And we'll do the other side. Lift the toes so you're only on your heels. Lift the hips. Left knee in. Just gotta fix something here. And lower and lift. 8 times. 8 times lower and lift. So you have about 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. This time, arms to the sides, right knee in, left knee in. And lower your knees to the left. Lower spine coming in and up. So we're honoring the natural curve in the lower back. Bring the knees to center, switching directions, knees to the right. You can turn your head to the left. And slowly bring it to center. And lower the feet to the ground. One more variation. Any of the variations before are great as well. Whatever you want with the arms. This time, lift the hips, lift up onto your toes. You may need to bring the feet closer in towards you. Broaden to the collarbones, belly and ribs in. Right knee in, lower and lift. About 8 times. Sense of humor. Soft face. For 4, 3, 2, hello calf muscles, and 1, and slowly release it down, heels down. And again, lift the heels, lift the hips, so left knee in, or whatever side you did before, about 8 times. Make sure the ribs stay soft. So it might not be the biggest lifting, but we want to isolate more of the calves and the glutes, not the ribs. When the ribs start to pop up, that's when you may feel lower back discomfort. And then slowly release. Both heels on the ground. Bring your feet as wide as the mat. Keep your right knee facing up. Arms to the side. Right knee facing up. Lower your left knee towards the inside, towards the right leg, without the right knee going to the side. Breathing here. Allowing the breath to settle. Slowly bring left knee up, right knee in, left knee stays up. Some more internal rotation. Bring it up. Bring your feet hip width apart. Cross right ankle over the left thigh. Now hug your left knee in towards your left shoulder. Flexing your right ankle, relax your shoulders, relax your face. Make sure the weight's not dumping to the right side. You may need to shift the weight a little bit more to the left. For 3, 2, and 1. Keep the same shape with the legs. Bring your arms to the side and lower your left knee to hover, to lower to the ground, but hover your right foot. Hover your right foot. Flex your right foot and press your right ankle into your left thigh. You can stay there, or you're going to slide your upper body a little bit more to the left. Reach your arms overhead. And breathe here for another 3, 2, and 1. Now let the right foot lower towards the ground. Give permission for the back of the right hip to be heavy, and you could cross or rather bend your elbows, opposite hand, opposite elbow. Breathing here. Full nourishing breath. Relax your face. And slowly release. Upper body to center. Legs to center. Let's switch sides. So left ankle over right thigh bone. Hug right knee towards right shoulder. Make sure the weight is distributed evenly through the hips. Relax your face. And slowly releasing the hands. Arms can come to the side. Lower the right outer thigh to the ground, but left foot hovers. And now press the left heel in towards your right knee. You can stay here or slide the upper body more to the right, arms overhead. For another 3, 2, 1. Allow the left foot to relax to the ground. Back of the left hip heavy. You can bend the elbows, opposite hand, opposite elbow. 3-dimensional full breath. Full, nourishing, supportive breath. Another 3, 2, and 1. Slowly releasing. Bring it back to center. Uncross. You can extend the legs forward and wide. And now any other posture you feel like you need. It could be happy baby. Any movement, any shape that helps you round out your practice or settle more deeply into yourself. So that could be happy baby. Either soles of feet together, it's almost like reclining cobbler's pose. And the hands can help bring your feet closer in towards your face. Or the soles of the feet up to the sky. Grabbing onto the outer edge of the feet. Hugging into your elbows, elbows into knees. Rockabye baby as you rock to one side, lengthen one leg and then the other. Anywhere between 8 to 10 cycles of breath, whatever you need. Explore between a couple different movements. Another supine twist. And we'll meet in a short but sweet resting pose. Shavasana or seated meditation. You're coming into Shavasana, any shape that helps you again settle into the earth, into yourself. Feel free to take up lots of space off the mat, legs wide, arms wide. Make any adjustments, back of the skull long, shoulder blades, soften down your back. Relax your face, lower back long. Soften and melt into the support of the ground. You are supported by the earth. Externally, friends, family. Reflecting on having your own back and which ways you can have your own back, not only on the mat, but also off the mat. Reflecting in all the ways the universe, divine, friends, family, community also have your back. Breathe into that. A sense of support. And now allow yourself to be breathed from the internal support system, your internal support system, your breath. No longer controlling your breath. Allow yourself to be supported and breathed and nourished by your breath. Softening from the inside out, softening your face and the space in between your ears. And stay here as long as you're able to, as long as you have this time. Or slowly begin to deepen your breath. Bring movement back to your fingers and your toes. Gently turn your head side to side. Bring your legs together with awareness, bending your knees. Hug them into your chest with your hands or your arms. Give yourself a hug of gratitude for investing this time on your mat. Roll on over to whatever side calls to you. Pause. Head's the last thing to come on up. Comfortable seated position. We'll meet. Placing your hands on your heart. Thinking of one thing in your life that you are grateful for. No matter how big or small. Let's end together one cleansing breath. First, empty out all the air from your lungs. Inhale through your nose, fill up. Keep the heart lifted, exhale, ha. And as always, gratitude for practicing together. May it all be a benefit to us and everybody else around us. Namaste. Thank you.